Stock Socks, the cure for the common not a financial advisor. Welcome to Stock Socks. In this video, I'm going to tell you what my favorite stock is and why I believe it'll result in more gains than a push-up contest between The Rock and John Cena. Alright, let's get started. The name of the company is Microvision, and you can find it by using the ticker symbol MVIS. They specialize in three things: augmented reality, LiDAR, and MIR. That stands for making investors rich. You see, Microvision develops technology that will completely change the world, and they have enough granted patents to ensure that only a company with a licensing agreement can use their tech. And Microsoft is one of those companies, and they just got awarded a $21.9 billion grant from the United States Army for their IVAS program. So what exactly is IVAS, and how does it relate to Microvision? It's time for a deep dive. Professor, you're up!
IVAS stands for Integrated Visual Augmentation System. The Microsoft HoloLens, through a complex array of mirrors, lasers, and more that are patented by Microvision, allows for precise information to be targeted and displayed on the user's natural field of view. It's essentially a very costly set of spectacles that can display information and graphics to whoever is wearing the lenses.
Did you guys get that? This is the same tech that helps Saiyans conquer planets. Vegeta, what is the power level of Microvision stock?
It's over 9,000!
But in all seriousness, imagine that you're a soldier on a mission behind enemy lines. With drones flying overhead that are GPS tracking the enemy, you'll be able to see where every enemy is from your own point of view, even if there are walls in the way. I mean, with these headsets, you can pretty much see anything that you want to see. It's like it was made from the mirror that the Beast used to spy on Belle when she stood him up for dinner. He was like, "Show me the girl," and boom, he saw the girl. Our soldiers are going to be like, "Show me the enemy," and boom, they're going to see the enemies. But, for us investors, it's more like, show me the money, you know what I mean? Now, I do suspect that there will be a lot more military contracts coming because this $21.9 billion deal was just for the Army. And it's only a matter of time before the other 5 branches want their own Saiyan Scout or Beast mirrors. But this is just the tip of the iceberg, because augmented reality isn't limited to military operations. In July of 2016, a company named Niantic released Pokemon Go, and it took the world by storm. It allowed people's phones to see a bunch of Pokemon in real life. I mean, for me, I saw a bunch of Pidgeys and Rattatas, but Pokemon Go, it became massive, and it showed us what augmented reality gaming could be like. Well, Niantic just released footage showing a form of Pokemon Go that uses the Microsoft HoloLens. John Hanke, the CEO of Niantic, he said this: "Niantic is testing its gameplay only on the HoloLens. It's easier from a conceptual point of view because everyone has the same interactions. You could imagine a world where it spans phones and AR and potentially even VR, but we have not crossed that Rubicon yet." So he says that they only use HoloLens and aren't at a place where the tech spans other devices, and then guess what he does? He tweets out a teaser image showing a pair of glasses with the Niantic logo on it. And since he just said that they only use the HoloLens and aren't ready for cross-platform support, I bet that Microvision is under the hood of the Niantic glasses as well in order to keep their product's performance as close to what they've designed on the HoloLens as possible. Augmented reality glasses are coming to the average household, and gamers won't look back. Can you imagine these crowds all wearing glasses that are powered by Microvision? I sure can. It's a literal game changer. And speaking of changing the game, check out how the HoloLens is disrupting the professional scene. It's used in Mercedes-Benz car dealerships in order to quickly diagnose and repair issues. It's used in the medical field for things that require pinpoint accuracy. It's literally used in brain surgery by taking a CT scan of the patient's brain and then allowing the surgeons to see the blood vessels under the patient's skin and bones. This construction company designs things in the computer and then uses the HoloLens to see what it would look like when built in the actual space it's going to be built in. If they realize a mistake was made, they can fix it before anything is even built, saving them time and money. And here you have Lockheed Martin. They're building spacecraft for NASA to send humans into space. With the HoloLens, they complete what used to be an 8-hour task in only 45 minutes, and with 0 errors. What company wouldn't want that? To quantify this in financial terms, they are saving $38 per unit, and they produce 2 million units per year. The HoloLens saves them $76 million every single year. Not bad for a device that costs less than $4 grand. So you tell me how many companies out there wouldn't want to invest in augmented reality with the Microsoft HoloLens. It's like I said before, this tech will completely change the world. But augmented reality isn't the only thing that microvision is a pioneer in. They also have a section of their company that specializes in LiDAR. What's LiDAR, you ask? Well, to oversimplify, it's like a scanner that can make a very detailed map. Everybody and their mother talks about how LiDAR is going to be huge thanks to the current push towards autonomous or self-driving vehicles. Google, Amazon, Apple, Tesla, Ford, and many more companies are sprinting towards fully autonomous vehicles. But honestly, why are people limiting LiDAR to only fully autonomous driving? Can you imagine how many lives would be saved if LiDAR modules were incorporated into regular vehicles? If someone falls asleep at the wheel, is drunk or otherwise impaired, and they're about to rear-end you, how great would it be if they had a LiDAR sensor that realized a collision was imminent and unavoidable, and then it sent a signal for their brakes to activate? You don't need a car to be self-driving in order for it to benefit from LiDAR. But I digress. The fact is that there are very rich companies that want LiDAR for self-driving vehicles. And this month, Microvision will demonstrate their self-proclaimed best-in-class LiDAR module that will further open the door towards autonomous driving. And now we've arrived to the third thing that Microvision is focused on, and that is MIR, or making investors rich. Now, believe it or not, that part is not a joke. You see, the guy that runs the company, Sumit Sharma, he has stated that his goal is to maximize the shareholder value, and that he believes the best way to do that is to sell Microvision to a large company with deep pockets that would greatly benefit from the massive library of patents that Microvision has. This strategy will greatly reward Microvision investors, and the way the math works out, for every $1 billion that Microvision will be sold for, each shareholder will receive around $6.50 for every share that they own. Conservative estimates believe the company will sell for $10 billion. Now, if that's what happens, then each investor will receive around $65 for every owned share. Now, as of this video's filming, each share costs about $15.50. That means that a $10 billion buyout will result in a 319% gain per share. But how much could Microvision actually sell for? I'm just going to quote Peter's MVIS blog here. 4 companies are all working on 2 things as the next big things: augmented reality and self-driving vehicles. Combined, they are worth $6.921 trillion. Together, they have $340 billion in cash. If they have a bidding competition for key technology that'll give them an edge against the others, how much would they be willing to pay? Is $20 billion too much? That's a crazy thought right there. If it sells for $20 billion, every investor could receive $130 for each share of Microvision that they own. That's a 638% gain from the current share price of $15.50. MIR. Making investors rich. So when will the buyout happen? Well, here's a quick video clip with my answer.
I don't know.
So the exact date that it'll be announced isn't really public knowledge, but there are many investors that have done some pretty impressive dot connecting that points to the buyout as being imminent. And some of them have made some great videos on the subject, and I highly recommend you check them out. Now, if you want to see some of the best due diligence articles ever made, then you need to head on over to the MVIS Reddit page. There's a stupid guy there that is responsible for a lot of it. And I'm not insulting the guy, that's actually his username. It's S2UPID. Anyway, this guy spent thousands of dollars on a HoloLens just so that he could destroy it to find proof that microvision was indeed the secret sauce. Just search every post that Stupid has ever made there, and you will be impressed. Now, I'll be making more videos about microvision because there's so much more to talk about, but it's time for this one to come to an end. Now, I give this stock a perfect 5 out of 5 rating for short-term, mid-term, and long-term holds. So regardless of how long I can let my money sit for, I expect some great returns. And if you're looking to get into the stock market but don't know how, there's a link in the description for a free app called Webull. If you install it and then deposit $100 to invest with, we'll both get some free stock. Now, if you know some microvision haters out there, be sure to share this video on your socials and tag them. It would also be great if you would smash the like button and subscribe to our channel. Good luck to all longs. May all shorts see the error in their ways. And lastly, don't forget that I am not a financial advisor. I'm a sock.